Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's Trade Ideas and Signal. So, without delaying ourselves, we just start from our last episode, which was episode 50, and today will be episode 51. And we'll continue with our analysis. Okay, so from our previous episode analysis, we can see that we experienced this major shift, and here automatically gives us turns to major strong guy as this particular leg give us a major TC which give us trend change and structure break and closes below it, and is clearly understood on daily. And as we have it, we have all this leg sponsoring some other legs downward, and we spotted this internal structure on uh, on 1 hour in our last episode. And if you watch that, you understand how we got here. And looking from this internal structure that we have here, as you can see, we have a perfect touch of the internal structure, and it's giving us price is moving in our calculated direction. So, but here we are on Monday, and we are still anticipating the coming of what is it called? The 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 materialization of our analysis, of our speculation. And we are projecting that price is coming lower as the price of Euro USD is going to be dropping. Euro will be dropping value. Okay, so this is our expected internal structure on weekly that we are still anticipating that price will get to. So we are still anticipating that on weekly. But nonetheless, since we are at the beginning of a new week, we're going to kind of do analysis and try to see our projection for the week and try to know what we can be capitalizing on. So, um, moving from here now, what we're going to do is to erase all our annotations and try to see what we can capitalize on. So, we have this internal structure on weekly that we are anticipating, and we have this internal structure that we are expecting that is going to kind of give us some retracement into this internal structure quickly. So what we're going to basically do is this. We're going to erase all our notation and try to see what we can capitalize on again and try to see if we can have a re-entry into this particular particular trade that we have. Okay, so we have weekly. Let's take it from weekly and let's erase everything so that at least we can start all over again. So here is we have this particular leg being our strong low, and here is our weak high that we are anticipating in the market. But currently we are experiencing some retracement in the market, and where we are expecting the retracement to reach is this particular leg that we have here, which is an internal structure. And we are anticipating that, okay, this internal structure is going to kind of give us take away the liquidity above this weak high that we have. And here being a strong low, and automatically here turns to our dealing range. So here becomes our dealing range. Here becomes our dealing range in the market, and we'll be anticipating some kind of retracement into this particular 50% of our dealing range. Okay. So here is a perfect, what is it called? A perfect structural movement that we have weekly. Even though we talked about our position trade, taking all these things to be our other block on 1 hour, on monthly, and we are anticipating higher prices on Euro USD, which means we are expecting dollar to drop in value so that at least the price of Euro USD is going to kind of, go up. So having that at the back of our mind, here becomes our dealing rate for the time being. For the time being, we are anticipating that here being our dealing range, we are anticipating higher prices in the market, and we're expecting that here is going to be taken out of the trade. So Anticipating that, we are expecting at least the retracement to kind of get into our internal structure, which is below the 50% of our dealing range. And here, this particular leg here, if we're going to treat it the way it is, we're going to know that, okay, this leg that we have here is kind of, what is it called? Is it is a turtle soup leg. It's a leg that take out liquidity on this something. And if we're going to pick our dealing range appropriately, is going to be this particular one that we have here. So here is a perfect dealing range, and dealing with this movement is kind of like what is it called? This is the leg that just take liquidity before giving signaling that is reversing. So if we're going to do open high, low, close something to just know where this liquidity will be taken in the market, as we can see, the liquidity below the previous week has been taken, and we are anticipating that price is still going to come down. That's our anticipation before we begin to move up. Anything can happen in the market, and this particular leg can kind of give us that movement. But nonetheless, I don't particularly trust it. And the reason why we are having all these things above here is because of this particular monthly order block that we have here. And we can fully rely on it, and we can still rely on it. But nonetheless, anything can happen in the market. So having that, having that being said, these are dealing range and we are still anticipating. But nonetheless, until we have a break of structure above this high that we have here, I'm not anticipating any higher prices in the market yet. So here becomes our major strong high. And here still remain our weak low, which we are expecting price to take into the internal structure. So the reason why we are having all this one is because number one, we have this internal structure here that we are expecting to send price even lower in the market. And today being Monday, what we are seeing here with the market reaction, we're still going to wait it out and try to see, even though we have our, what is it called? We have our internal structure that we are trading on, that we are expecting it to send price lower in the market. So today Monday, we stick with our internal structure. What we're going to do is kind of like until we have this leg being broken, or we have a direct trade that we've set here. We have direct order that we've set here on our internal structure that we are expecting it to send price even higher in the market. So we are anticipating New York open now. London open now. So anything can happen within that. So here is our trade, here is our dealing range. So we have this minor, major something that we are kind of trying to sell into our internal structure. And we are dealing with that currently. Our market is still respecting our order and moving in a speculated direction. So what we are anticipating now is kind of like we are expecting that we're going to kind of have a re-entry for those that miss the internal structure, but at least here can be our re-entry, which is kind of a rejection block. I mean, kind of block that I see that rejection block. So here's the rejection block, and we can kind of be anticipating that, okay, this rejection block can be a proportion block to what we are having in our internal structure here. So we're looking at what will eventually happen with the something. So here is our first trade. And since our first trade has been respected, anything can happen in the market. London can open and still read this high coming into our internal structure here to give us another something. But nonetheless, we can have this rejection block to send price even lower in the market. Anything can happen. Euro USD is in retracement something, at least for now. So if it is in retracement form, then we have to be very, 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 very careful in the market and stick with higher time frame trading alone. Let's look on 1 hour and try to see what we can see. As you can see, we have this rejection block being standing out, and it is above the Asian high. So anything can happen during London. London can come out, take out the high of our Asian range. tap into the rejection block and give us some kind of retracement further. And on a minor major structure that we have here, it can still continue to send price lower. So anything can happen, and we're anticipating that. So here will be our trade. Here is our first trade here. It's a short position, and here is here is our first trade, and that's we approximate it to be 45 pips stop loss, and here give us 225 what is it called? 225 pips as anticipated. What is it called? So that was our first trade, and it is already in. So if I thought we're going to re-enter the market, it's going to kind of be this leg. But as it is, I'm not really entering the market. I will just be anticipating, and here becomes we're going to make it 40 pips, and here will be our 200 pips something. So that will be our re-entry if London open and it's kind of want to take out the liquidity above the Asian range. So here becomes our trade. And we're anticipating that, okay, we're going to come into this particular order block that we have a perfect one, and that's so on daily. So 4 hour, but we try and see what it is on daily and try to see if, as you can see, the perfect one. We are anticipating this leg. We can kind of still be taking this particular one in the market. So that will be our trade for today. We'll only be anticipating the the uh the materialization of our trade, and also a re-entry if possible. And as we can still be anticipating a re-entry of this particular leg because of what? As we can see, we have this our daily that just opened, and we didn't have any 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 manipulation above it. It just continued to come down, which is rare in the market. And mind you, anything can happen. So we can have a retracement into this particular leg, and at the same time continue to come lower in the market. So that's how it is. And that will be our trade for today. That will be our trade for today. So thank you very much. Have a blessed day and profitable week. God bless you all. Amen.